Hey guys, welcome back. So last time what we did is just write a little bit of code which would ignore URLs which contain a pound sign and ignore URLs which contain JavaScript, because if it contains JavaScript we know it just wants to execute some JavaScript. It's not actually a real link. So we also created this create link function. We didn't do anything yet, but this is what we're going to do. This is where we're going to write the code, which will convert the relative links to their absolute links. An absolute link just means a full URL. So there's a couple of cases we need to handle, and I've just wrote them out here. You don't have to copy this out or anything. I've just wrote it so you can see. So there's two things you should know about a URL. The scheme is the HTTP or even HTTPS, any of those two, okay? And then the host is going to be this www dot, the website name, and then the extension .com or whatever, okay? So this is the host and this is the scheme. Those two are worth knowing for what we're about to write. So there are 5 cases we need to handle. We need to handle the cases where the URLs are in the following formats, and these are, for example, when you have href, your link would be something like this. You know, it could be any one of these styles. It could start with a dot like that. It could start with a double forward slash. It could start with 1 forward slash. It could start with dot slash, which means go back a directory. Or it could just be with no slashes or dots. It could just be exactly like that. Okay, so we need to handle all of those cases and take care of them accordingly. So we'll do this top one first. What we're going to do then is just check if the first 2 characters are forward slashes. Okay, and if they are, all we need to do is convert this to HTTP and then obviously the website name. So in this case, all we need to do is just add the HTTP colon onto it, which is the scheme. All right, so it's real simple. Go back to create link, and then we can just say if, and then sub str, and then pass in src, which is right here, remember, and then position 0 to position 2 equals // So if the first 2 characters are forward slashes, we can just change this src to parse underscore URL, which is a built-in JavaScript function to do with working with URLs. So parse URL and then pass in URL in there, which came from here, which is the full URL of the site we're going to. For example, it might be bbc.com. And then we want to do square brackets and then scheme. Just like that. So scheme. So what we're doing is, so just like that. So we're passing the URL, and then this will return an array, and we're saying access the scheme part of the URL, which will give us the HTTP or the HTTPS, like I just mentioned. And then we want to append the colon, just like that. So a colon, not a semicolon, a colon. And then also we want to append the src, which is the relative link we found. Okay, so that's it. Great. That'll take care of that one. The next one is to take care of when only the first character is a forward slash. In that case, what we need to do is we need to append the scheme. So this part, the colon // and then lastly we need to append the host as well. So go back to here, and we can just write else if, and if you want, actually, you can just copy this if right there. So I'm going to copy that if statement. And it's not going to be 0 to 2, it's just going to be 0 to 1, and this is going to be just 1 // because we know if it was 2 forward slashes, it would have stopped here. If it gets to this point and the first character is a forward slash, we know it's only the first character which is a forward slash. So in there, we can just say src equals, and we want to do the scheme again, and rather than typing all of this scheme out again, what I'm going to do is store this in a variable. So right at the top, I'm just going to say scheme equals like that, and I'll also do the same with host. So host equals, paste that, but change this to host like that. So if you want, you can do a comment and just say this will, for example, HTTP, and then for example this will contain www.reeskenny.com like that. Okay, so in here we'll just put that scheme in there just like that, and then down here we want to say scheme mixed with colon // and then join that with the host, which we said could be this, and then finally just append the src, which we said contains the // so it will be like we're appending it with something like about.php or something. So that's what it will be, / just put on the end of it, which gives us that. Okay, so great. Let's see if we have any with to do the forward slash. So there, we have a source there with forward slash. What I'm going to do then is go back down here and uncomment this echo, and we're going to run this, and then if any of these two cases have been handled, we should see it converted to a full link. So let me just go and find one that I know contains a forward slash. Let's look for this one. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to search for it when I refresh the page, just to make sure it works. So refresh the page, and we have a syntax error. That's okay. We can fix that. So it's an unexpected closing brace, which means we're missing a semicolon. So refresh the page. So just give it some time, and we found some. So let me just do a search for what I just did, and we found it, but I just realized I'm echoing the original URL out. So what I need to do is actually override the original href variable. So we're saying href equals create link, but then what we also need to do is just return it in this function. So in the create link function, just return src. So now it will return the updated URL, and it will assign it as well there. So now if we refresh the page, let me just copy this again. So refresh the page, and I can already see a lot more links. So let me just search for this one, and this is the link we found before, and you can see that it's a full link now. It's a proper link, so great. And I think that most of these have been taken care of already, because that will be the most common thing most of the time. I can't actually see any that haven't been fixed by that one. So yeah, for the most part, I think we're done on that site, but we still need to take care of these because some sites will use them, although it seems like this site doesn't use it much. That's not a bad start. So we've taken care of these two, okay? We just need to take care of these three now.